is in Thailand's south, on the island of Phuket. It was the 9th lunar month, an auspicious date on the Chinese calendar, particularly in this country's southern regions. It's a time when the Chinese community prepares for spiritual and physical cleansing, a time to invite another year of prosperity, and the time when you'll find the vegetarian festival in full swing. Visitors to Phuket will find themselves caught in the middle of huge noisy parades and some pretty wild displays of ear, body and face piercing.
I think this is fantastic. It's so different. I haven't seen like this before. This is first time.
It's amazing, really amazing. It's incredible. Look, I'm from Denmark and it's so far away to be here. Really amazing.
No, I couldn't do what those guys did with the pineapples.
I'd have to agree with him there. In fact, the devout here go to great lengths to please the gods, along with the crowds. And the firecrackers will leave your ears ringing for weeks. But what I wanted to know was, how did this all begin?
The first festival was here, near the village of Katu. It happened almost by accident. A Chinese opera company had come here to entertain a group of tin miners when they were struck by a mysterious plague.
In order to rid themselves of the sickness, the villagers abstained from eating meat and introduced practices that included piercing themselves with knives, needles and spears. The aim was to cleanse their bodies and minds of all impurities, and well, it must have worked because the plague mysteriously disappeared. On the mainland north of Phuket, I arrived at the small village of Taguapar, or Tin Forest. While some beliefs may have wavered in the bigger cities, in this mountain village, both old and young still take part in welcoming the 9 Chinese gods briefly to earth in order to ensure that the good health continues. It was here that I had a chance to meet 2 people taking part in the ritual. In the women's quarters, Noi was preparing herself for the upcoming parade to the temple. Meanwhile, in the men's quarters, Nok was summoning a warrior spirit. Both told me that they remember nothing once they've entered the trance.
My family, sometimes my friend, they told me what happened about me and my God, because I cannot remember anything.
The whole town had dressed in white and gathered in the streets to watch the spectacle. They were convinced that dozens of people were now possessed by strong Chinese spirits, both male and female, some gentle, others quite aggressive. Then it was time to party.
The whole town echoes with a great cacophony of drums, cymbals and thousands of fireworks. The more noise the better, to ensure a clear path for the gods and another year of good luck.
I had to run for cover as thousands of firecrackers erupted. As night fell, the villagers made their way to the biggest temple in the town. Here there were several opportunities to be blessed, but the real fun began when a small group of devotees began to climb a ladder of razor blades.
Once the body is purified, the Chinese believe it is capable of withstanding pain and injury. In this case, participants climb a ladder where each step is a razor-sharp blade.
Now that was a close shave. I escaped to some other entertainment, the dancing troupe and a giant Chinese dragon. The villagers then took to the streets again. 10,000 residents take part in this celebration every year, and now they were about to celebrate a noisy finale.
As the festival draws to a close, the parade moves here to this bridge on the outskirts of the village for a final farewell.
The spirits were carried to the river's edge, where they were cast adrift and back to heaven for another year. At breakfast, we tucked into our last vegetarian meal after 10 days of nothing but fruit, vegetables and rice. The streets were quiet again, and all that was left to do was some serious sweeping.